Hello, everyone. Welcome. I know I'm 1 minute late. I apologize for that. Still working on getting set up a bit here. I think I'm mostly ready for today, though. Mostly ready. How's everyone doing today? Thank you for arriving early. One drunk man. Hello. Hello. Pleasure to have you as usual. Camel Leopard. Hugo. Thank you guys for joining. I'm still trying to figure out like exactly what I'm doing today, because I might do 1 or 2 or even like 3 or 4 things. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do and what order I want to do it in. I'm a little bit more I'm a little bit less prepared than I normally am. I've been kind of busy lately, and I'll get more into that in a few. Is your camera more zoomed in than before? Is it? I'm not sure. I guess it could be. I don't think I did anything with it. Let me look. Nah, there's actually no zoom at all. I think I might have adjusted the angle a little bit, but I don't. It's still, there's zero zoom, so definitely wasn't that. But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to like adjust some like lighting a little bit better and my face cam a little bit better too. I did move it a little bit, but I haven't really changed much other than that. You spot the Yugo Clippa? Yep. Right here, baby. Well, of course, in a few more moments, once a couple more people roll in here, I'll kind of give a recap on this, which is what we did last week, as well as some other things. Hey man, as long as it's good, we're good. Yeah, I try to center myself a little bit more, especially between my two shelves. The hair is getting nice and flowy. It is, dude. Look at this. Like, look at this. Look how long my hair is now. It's kind of whack. Still getting used to it. It's pretty nice, though. Feel like we need a fan? Yeah. I need to trim the beard. The beard is going to get trimmed pretty soon, I think. How's the music, guys? Is the music too loud or too quiet? Do let me know. I'm actually going to turn it up a little bit for myself. Let me know if that's too loud, guys. At any point. Just be like, hey, music's too loud. What the hell are you doing? Get some movie styling? I should, huh? I really should. Drinking some Trader Joe's sparkling water today because, you know, Spindrift wouldn't sponsor me. It's a joke, by the way. Spindrift, please. These are pretty tasty, though. I do like Trader Joe's stuff. Caps look like butter, and I love it. They do kind of look like butter, actually. It's certainly a very interesting color. I feel like it's a very love it or hate it sort of affair. I happen to love it. Especially on the Ultramarine, because no one else would do this. What other keyboard streamer would do this? We may not be the highest quality keyboard streamer here, but we're certainly a little different. And I'm okay with that. Okay. I think I know at least one thing I'm doing today. Which is going to be trying to rebuild the Sirius again, of sorts. Going to be doing a little bit of switch swapping, as it were. So that's at the very least, that's the first thing on the agenda today. But if I finish that pretty quick, I'm going to move on to some other things as well. So, yeah. Welcome, everyone, to another Mental Health Monday. Hopefully you guys are doing pretty well. I've been doing okay, a little up and down. I've been kind of busy lately, and that's been taking an effect on my mental a bit. I've been looking for new work, as well as looking for a new place to live. Not that I'm getting kicked out or anything of my current place, but I still need to find a new place to live in the very near future. As well as I want some new work, because I'm kind of just done with my current job. So I've been spending a lot of time trying to make those things happen. And I just haven't had as much time for keyboards as I did at one point. But hopefully that'll be back soon, and I can focus on keyboards a lot more. But yeah, still doing this, still doing the Mental Health Monday, because I think it helps me a lot. I think it might help a couple of you a lot, and it certainly gets some things done for me keyboard-wise, which I definitely need to do, as I'm sure some of you do as well. There's always something to do, right? There's always something. Try these switches in this board, or try these lube on these switches, or try these springs in this switch in this configuration and plate. There's always something, right? There's never a shortage on projects and things to try out and experiment on, which is cool. It's certainly a very good thing, but it can be a little overwhelming at times as well. But that's kind of why we're here. It's kind of why we're chilling, just doing keyboard stuff, taking it one day at a time. You know, trying to be open-minded, friendly, compassionate towards my fellow keyboard enthusiasts. Shout out to all of you guys. Love you guys. But yeah, so yeah, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be working on a couple projects. I did have something scheduled for today's stream, but because of USPS, it just hasn't got into me yet, unfortunately. So the stream that I was planning on doing today will actually be kind of postponed, rescheduled until next Monday. And next Monday is actually probably going to be a banger. I might actually be doing 2 builds that stream, which should be pretty awesome. So what I was planning on doing was taking another crack at my Fjell, because I'm not 100% happy with how that came out with, but I think there's a lot of potential there. So I'm getting a new plate in to rebuild with that. I'll probably be trying out some O-rings, kind of a gasket sort of take on it as well. And yeah, some other updates like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next week, but I'm also most likely next week going to be building a new board that a lot of you probably haven't seen yet. Some of you might have already, called the Victus Cine. And it's a 60%, and it's a pretty awesome, fancy-looking board from Blind Assassin, who does pretty awesome work. So I'm going to be building one of his boards next week, and that's going to be pretty awesome as well. So definitely look forward to that. So because of this bit of a delay, though, I needed to come up with something different to do today. I had to do it kind of on the spot, so I figured why not just try to get a few keyboard chores done. Obviously, we've done numerous builds on this series already, and a lot of them have come out pretty well, if I do say so myself, but some of them have come out less than favorable, if I'm being honest. I'll be the first to admit that even after building tons and tons of boards and trying tons and tons of things, sometimes boards just don't come out 100% the way I want, and you know, that's just life. But that's why we can desolder and, you know, tinker and retune and change to our heart's content. And that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing as well. So we did build a Project Keyboard Sirius a few weeks back, 3 or 4 or 5 weeks back. I don't remember which week it was, but it was somewhat recently. We built the Project Keyboard Sirius. It's a polycarbonate version. Let me swap cameras. I don't know why I'm still on this one while I'm ranting. But we'll be rebuilding the polycarbonate Sirius by Project Keyboard here. We built it a few weeks back, at least a few weeks back, with a palm plate and some Gateron Milky Top Reds. I had some novelty springs in here that lubed up pretty well. These switches are super nice, and that's awesome. But I didn't really like them that much in this particular configuration. So I think that's kind of where I'm going to be moving on to, is kind of rebuilding this one. And you know, we're going to be rebuilding a lot of keyboards kind of moving forward, because that's just what we've been doing on the series to begin with, is trying to get my collection into a place where I can look at any of the boards and be like, yeah, that's pretty much how I want this board, right? As close to perfect as we can, because, you know, why not? We own the things, we have the time, we have the patience. We might as well try to tinker with these things and get them, you know, to a point where we're super happy with each of them, because I think a lot of these boards kind of just deserve it, right? It's bad to admit, but you know, some of my boards just don't really see a ton of use, and some of them have only been built once, and you know, they kind of make a use for a day or two and then put away. And that's just sad, right? When you spend, you know, a couple hundred or a few hundred or 500, whatever, $600 on a board, a lot of them are pretty expensive these days. You know, when you spend that kind of money on a board, you know, you want to get something out of it, right? You don't want it to just be like, oh, you built it, you're not super happy with it, you know, whatever. You set it aside, you don't really use it or like it. I think that's really unfair to a lot of the boards, if I'm being honest. So I want to make sure that my boards are all in a place where I'm pretty happy with them, and you know, they're fun, they're very enjoyable to use. you know, by my standards. So that's kind of the direction I'm still heading in. And yeah, today we're taking another crack at the polycarbonate Sirius. And the reason I wanted to do this is because I really wanted to try the glorious link switches that we used last week. So quick recap of last week's build, which was this. This is the Mechanisk Klippa case, Ultramarine. It's tray mount. It has the removable posts in the center, so we used 4 posts on this one. It is a tray mount. There's no gasket in there. There's no foam in there. There is tape in here. We did put I think 1 layer of tape on this PCB, and it kind of helped focus out the poppiness of these switches on the carbon fiber plate. So yeah, we have a WT60D PCB in here with the carbon fiber plate and the glorious link switches, which I lubed pretty freaking lightly with 205 grade 0. They came out spectacular. I think these switches are really awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying these out. I've been using this board for the last week, as I try to throughout this series, and this has been really pleasurable to use, if I'm being totally honest. I think it looks good, it sounds good, but I'm also curious to see how these switches perform in some different situations. So today we're going to be kind of taking these switches from a tray mount scenario to more of a top mount kind of situation. So we're going to try that out. Obviously they're on a carbon fiber plate right now. They're pretty loud, they're pretty clacky. But it's pretty good stuff. But now they're going to be going on a top mount palm situation, which I did desolder before. We're just going to reuse these stabilizers, so pretty easy peasy. We're pretty much just going to harvest the switches from the board that we're using right now, and then put them in here, and we'll figure out something else to do with this as well. I really do like the new hot swap PCB, as well as the WT60H, that's what it is, not D. As well as the new carbon fiber plate from Mechanisk. They worked out really pleasantly here. Very happy about those. But yeah, let's see how these switches do in a bit of a different scenario. Because I feel like this particular board is going to be a hard one to nail down for me in terms of like full complete results. But gosh darn it, we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna keep trying it, and it's gonna be good stuff. So yeah, that's how my life is going lately, guys. My brain's been a little frazzled lately. Just been really busy with a lot of stuff outside of keyboards, so apologies if it sounds like I'm all over the place today. Easy clap, let the main flow. I mean, it's pretty flowing right now. That's why I started the stream without my headphones on, so that way you guys could you know, be enveloped by my long flowing beautiful locks. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Everyone doing all right? It's been crazy for me lately, man. It's been absolutely crazy. Pretty good for a Monday. Okay, nice. See, for me, Mondays are like one of my favorite days, but I know for a lot of people with, like, you know, more normal jobs, probably don't like Mondays quite as much. Maybe Bri, or maybe Bree, says, I had 3 appointments today somehow in a row. Is that good or bad? I feel like I don't know what kind of appointments they are, so like it kind of go either way, right? Like some appointments you're maybe not a fan of, some appointments you're really looking forward to. Okay, I just had a keycap puller. Where did I put it? Here it is. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take the caps and switches out off this board. And we'll figure out something else to do with this board at some point. Maybe today, maybe another day. Archetype keycaps? Hello. I need a... oh, yeah. What's this? All medical, none in the same place? That does not sound very fun, then. That does not sound very fun at all. I've definitely been in that scenario, so I understand how unfun that is. I barely made it, but now I can relax and finish some switches up, so I guess it worked out. Yeah, it sounds like hopefully a happy ending. Medical situations are always a difficult thing to go through and discuss, so I totally understand that. But 3 cheers for relaxing and finishing up switches. You love to see that. Anybody working on some keyboard projects over the weekend? Any fun new builds for anyone? Any new switches you guys are looking to try out? Always interested in what people are after these days. I really do like these switches, though. I'm really hoping they come out pretty well in this build, in the Sirius. Working on a Kara. Nice, nice. I did one of those a couple of weeks back as well. Actually pretty happy with how it came out. How do you feel about the Kara Cupsole? Had a board just sitting on my table for about a week, so as soon as I'm done with these switches, I can start that build. Nice, nice. That's always a good feeling when you can wind up actually getting to a project and completing it. You can't see it because I don't angle my camera this way, but there's just like keyboard parts and like halfway done projects just surrounding me. It's this series has been like my excuse for getting these things done, and it's actually been working pretty well. I've been slowly but surely catching up on all my keyboard stuff now, which has been a very relieving feeling. Static Age says put together an NOP 60 PCB with some GAT Yellow KS3 switches. With 67 gram TX springs and some films, and built it up with dual 3U split space. Wow. Big brain. Nothing new keyboard-wise this week, except I joined a group buy for a Polygon 65. I don't think I've seen that one yet. Interesting. Okay, do I just want to... I want to take this out to take the switches. No, I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I'm just going to be kind of lazy about it. Even though this probably would be a lot easier outside of the case. Alright, fine. I yield. I yield. You have so many plate options? Hey man, having plate options, not a bad thing. if I do say so myself. I love having lots of plate options. Car looks nice. I just heard some people don't like the hollow sound. That's fair. I mean, it's a bit different of a sound. We put, I think we put like 2 layers of tape on the one that we built, and it came out pretty nice actually. I have some all palm tactile switches on there, or all nylon. Sorry, Okamochi switches. The all nylon JWK. Came out pretty awesome. Lubed those up. We have some DCS Nightfall on it, which I kind of want to use today. Should I use DCS today? This is the one that we did. I was like really happy with how it came out, to be honest. Listen to that. It's such a crazy noise. I love it. It's very different, I'll give you that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Has that like raindrop on tin roof effect. I was just doing the same thing. I jerry-rigged an O-ring mount to an older 75% top mount and got rid of all the foam, made it feel like new. Awesome. It's crazy, right? How like even the most minor changes can actually have a pretty profound change on a board, like overall. That's something I feel like a lot of people don't really take into account. It's like so many people are just like, oh, like this board sounds this way, or like this switch sounds this way, but in reality it's like so much more complex than that, right? It's like a keyboard is the sum of all of its parts, and quite literally every part of it, and every part that you like, you know, tinker with, tune, DIY stuff, you know, everything has an effect. These are a little tight in here, but we'll get there. Blue tape on the blue PCB on the blue board. I mean, you're not wrong. You're very much not wrong. I've been enjoying the tape mod on some of the more entry options and some of the more like maybe closer to mid-range options that I've been messing with lately. I don't think I'd ever really use it on like a truly like high-end board, but I don't know. I try to keep an open mind too, right? I try to avoid the absolutes, the extremes. Why don't I just use a normal switch puller or IC puller? Some of you might ask. The only real answer I have is I just like these more. Feels like I have a little bit more control overall. And like most of the time it goes faster, honestly. Believe it or not. Sometimes you just find a rhythm like this, and like none of them really stick in. I should have a container for these. I love these Kinetic Labs containers. Not even sponsored by them, but these are just freaking cool. I have like 20 of these. Actually, no, I have like 25 of them. Forgot I bought more. And sometimes fun stuff like that happens. I joined a couple group buys. I just hate that it takes so long. I won't be getting them till after deployment. Oh, yeah, that's a bummer. This hobby is very difficult for people that are, you know, that have that kind of lifestyle, or just like anyone that's impatient. Like this hobby is just like kind of bad for you. Heck is on that switch? God, I love the HHKB layout. Same, dude. Same. Any interest in Kate caps? Yeah, absolutely, actually. I'm really interested to try them out. So I haven't... They're on pre-order right now. Like, you can get them right now, right? Like, it's still a group buy, but you can actually purchase them right now. I haven't purchased any yet. Money's a little tight at the moment. But there's definitely an interest for them from me. I'm always interested in new profiles, new materials, new switches, stuff like that. If it's new, I'm probably like somewhat interested in it. Just for the sense of like trying things, right? Knowledge is power. And you gain knowledge through experience, right? I also love HHKB. I joined K60 in HHKB layout and HHKB Piggy in beige. Can someone link the Piggy? I haven't actually seen the Piggy yet. I've heard like numerous people talk about the Piggy, but I haven't actually seen it yet. I've been a little busy lately, a little out of sorts. Love the bezels. Fairly expensive, but they run until sometime in September. Okay. Hey Toki, how you doing, man? Oh, it's made by the elephant guy? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, it like is like basically like a smaller elephant. Sort of. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just you're right, those bezels are enormous. That's pretty nice though, right? That's the good kind of chunk. The good thick. Also, I love it. I don't know if it's just a meme that it's called the piggy and he rendered one of the renders with Hamon. Nice touch. It's a nice touch. Let me take a look at this guy. What do we got? Some relatively standard gasket mount looking kind of thing. Okay. Looks fine. Looks good. Very pretty. Can't really hate on gasket mount. There's a polycarbonate option. Okay, cool. Cool. I always liked the elephant, but the elephant seemed like kind of unusable for me. This actually looks pretty usable though. Oh man, the beige. The beige with, what is that? Is that supposed to be ivory? That's really clean. That is really clean. Hey, Iwane. Good evening to you as well, man. Hope things are going well your way. And you're safe from the storms out there. Can you show me that tape mod with the Kara when you have time? Oh, well, I could take apart the Kara. However, this is the same thing. I just did this. This is all it is. It's not a particularly difficult thing. You literally just take tape, and mine's not very wide, but you might have wider tape where you need fewer strands. But yeah, literally just tape the back of the PCB. It's pretty simple. That's all I did. That's all I did in the Kara. That's all I did here. I think I did like 2 layers on the Kara though. I think there might have been 2 layers of tape, but it's just the same thing. Just do it twice. Yeah, that's all I did. Nothing fancy. I don't have like a fancy tape iteration. Just got a Thockies package and opened it, and the first thing you saw was Iwane's comment. It was meant to be, man. It was meant to be. Meant to be. Okay. So bam, those are the switches we're going to be putting in the Sirius. Really liked them here. Hoping I like them as much or more in the new build, the Sirius. Yeah. So we'll save this PCB and plate, and I'll put something else in here. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but we'll get something in there. Is this a Final Fantasy track? Oh, it is. Nice. Oh, Static got in some of the new Gat Yellow Pros from Thockies? Heck yeah. I'm looking forward to trying some of those out. I was going to look them up, and then I realized that I don't have a keyboard plugged in. IP9932, hello man, thank you so much for the 21 months. You're a real champion, my friend. A real champion. Pretty smooth, huh? Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to try them out. Okay, what am I doing here? Putting switches in, that's what we're doing. I'll test these stabilizers again too. I'm pretty sure they were fine, but it'd be bad if I finished soldering this and the stabilizers sucked. It's just about the quickest way to ruin what is even otherwise like a stupendous build aside from that, right? Just bad stabilizers. It's like one of the cardinal sins of keyboards. If I do say so myself. They don't feel like they need lube or films. They're really nice stock. Wow, are they pre-lubed at all? Like, is there like the standard amount of like a little bit on the legs? Or is there like none at all? This was the DMG that was on the board before I desoldered it. I'm gonna toss them in a hot swap for a bit and see how they go. But no instant need to lube or film. How do they get better and still stay so cheap? Oh man, Static, you're making me really interested in trying these out, man. You know how Papa Quake loves a new Switch. Backspace Onegaishimasu. Oh. Found it. Alright, we're good. Stabilizers are good. These switches fit a little loosely into this PCB, which isn't really a problem. Just something I have to watch out for. Might solder in a couple anchor switches while I put the rest in. They're factory lubed. A new improved method supposedly and new molds. Oh, okay. Good to know. Is it just me, or like is Gateron really firing back here? You know, against all these new JWK offerings, right? We've had so much new JWK over the last, I don't know, what, year or two? Gateron has felt relatively silent until a little bit more recently, and now they're kind of just putting out a lot of pretty nice switches, it seems. Like, I got some of the new Gateron Silver Blizzards in not that long ago. They feel pretty freaking good, and we used the Hippos just a couple weeks ago in the Mechanist Tinned. I really enjoy how those came out as well, so... you know, it seems like Gateron really starting to do a pretty good job of turning things up here. Gateron, kind of an old favorite of a lot of people's. So, definitely glad to see things going well there. that's probably good enough. Stupid Bullets, good afternoon as well. How are things going? Just like with cooking, adding some love makes it that much better. That's true. Alright, let's put these in here. I hope this comes out really well. I want to be sad if this doesn't come out very well. But only like very temporarily sad. And then I'll realize that I'll just rebuild it with something else. I'm a big fan of the full nylon JWK stuff, but loose stock, I would pick the new GAT Yellow Pros. Wow. These feel really nice. Go Gateron. Wow. Because, like, for me, like, the lavenders are, like, pretty much at the top, right? Like, that's, like, about as good as a linear switch as like, I feel like can get right now. Like, roughly. So, I'm really interested. Let's see it. I'm very excited to try some. I like to pronounce Gateron the way Van Halen pronounces Panama. Uh-oh. I don't know anything about Van Halen. I feel like that joke went way over my head, and now I feel silly. I just got some lavenders in the mail to try out. You're gonna like them, probably. Obviously, I don't want to guarantee that, but I think they're very good. I think they feel great, I think they sound great, and I think they look great. Lavenders are super solid. Oh, we got one of those Animal Crossing songs. Heck yeah. I need to get some more Gateron, or not Gateron, sorry, some more lavenders. Although I need to get more Gateron as well. Apparently the new pros are where it's at. That's what I like to hear. I got no problem buying Gateron. So many switches to try, though. My gosh. I have like a list. I still have this list. Yeah, I'm still trying to find Huskies. The Momica Frog V2s. I'm waiting on the Kono Midnights. I want to try the Durox Sunflowers as well. And the Gateron Pros. I got some of the Silver Blizzards in, but we haven't put them on a board yet. We haven't lubed them either. They're still stock. Unsure of what I want to lube those with and where the heck I want to put them. Which is a Windkeyless board. We haven't tried taping this board yet either. If this doesn't sound the way I want, there could be tape in our future. Which I've kind of just made my peace with. I know some streamers are like all about the tape, and then some are like, oh my god, what the heck are you doing? I would never be caught dead doing that. And honestly, I can kind of understand both sides, but like a lot of things, I kind of like to ride the middle. I think tape is very beneficial sometimes. I think I would use tape 100% of the times versus foam. So like a circumstance where I'd want to use foam, if I could use tape, I would rather use tape there. I think foam is just kind of not that good overall, and I think tape is just better. If I'm gonna have to do like one of those things, you know. Alright. Should be able to just solder this up now, and we'll be good to go. I'm considering an advanced level play here. I'm considering putting caps on it now to do kind of like a pseudo sound test before soldering it. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about just putting the caps on. I'm no longer thinking about it. I'm just doing it. So again, I have not soldered this yet. There's a high chance I'm going to wind up soldering this while the caps are on. Which I don't normally recommend. But, I'm feeling a little wild today. Feels okay, man. DMG with PC, very nice. It is. It really is, honestly. Love me some DMG. I'm definitely hoping for the best here. We're even gonna mount it in the board without soldering it. That's how crazy I'm feeling today. We're just gonna pretend this is soldered, and I'm gonna mount it. We're gonna type on it briefly. And then probably not get a very good idea of how it'll sound regardless. And then I'll feel like I'll have wasted my time doing this. Which is fine. That's just how PC building goes sometimes. By PC building, I mean keyboard building. But I guess PC building in a way too. How bad could this be? Alright. Case screws. I'm not actually going to screw the case together. I'm just going to kind of clip it. It has these little clips on the front. I'm unsure of how I feel about that. The part of me thinks I should just solder it, tape it, and like it'll probably be pretty good. I feel like the polycarbonate Sirius just doesn't sound as good as the Palm Sirius. I think I'm realizing this now. These are some pretty great tunes. They are. They really are. Pretty sure I'm going to solder this anyways, and then put some tape on it, and we're going to see how this is. So I feel like this is going to get better. What was the plate again? This is a Palm plate. So like it's kind of muted. I think Palm plate in the polycarbonate case is just like a very like muted kind of sound. I kind of want a carbon fiber plate for this build, to be honest with you. I should have picked up a carbon fiber plate when I did. I like Palm plates a lot, but I don't know if Palm is my favorite choice in polycarbonate. Thought tape mod was a gimmick at first, but it's pretty dang good. I mean, it's still kind of gimmicky, to be honest, but I mean, gimmicks aren't necessarily always bad either, right? We're gonna rely on tape here again as well, but I need to solder this first. Grab something to solder on real quick. The solder mat. Tape mod is fine as long as you don't rip off any diodes or JST connectors and traces when removing it. Yeah, that would be terrible. That would actually be awful. Oh, Sirius. Yeah, we're giving it a bit of a different look and feel, or a bit of a different feel, rather, I guess, in sound, with the Gloria switches. Although I'm still not 100% sure this is going to come out the way I want. I'm probably going to wind up rebuilding this again, but that's just the way it is. What I originally wanted to do on this stream today, I'm not able to do because of USPS. so I'm still waiting on something to come in, and I was hoping it was going to arrive in time for today's build, but sadly didn't. So now we're doing some other stuff. But next week we'll get back to kind of what I was planning on doing, as well as what I was planning on doing that day, anyways. So next week is actually going to have 2 builds probably. I might even start a little bit early. But yeah, we'll be doing a lot next Monday. Interested in trying out the Lynx based on what you said. Seems interesting enough, though I'm not sold on the sound of the Switch yet. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the only board that I've used it in was the Klippa that we did last week on stream. And honestly, I think that turned out like pretty well for having like no foam, no gasket mount kind of thing. I think we used like a layer of tape on it or something, but it honestly came out like really well. It was a very loud build too, like a very loud but like very clean and precise sound. There was no like rattle or like much reverb or anything. It was just a very, very clean sound because they're just so absurdly smooth. I definitely plan to get more of these Switches. Definitely need to try these out more in like different scenarios to get a better feel like for the sound overall. But in terms of feel, I put them like they're like smoother than Lavender's to me, and like Lavender's already like super smooth to me. I also really like the stock spring. Just like that stock 60-gram spring is honestly like really good. Are you working on any keyboard stuff today, Harsha? You have a stream today? Or is your team just prepping? Prepping for the play-ins, right? Unfortunately, no Keeb stuff to do for a while. Oh, yeah, true. True. Yeah. I haven't had a keyboard really come in for a while, so, like, I'm like, haven't really built anything, like, truly new for a while. But next week I will be, which is pretty exciting. Sorry if my big fat head's in the way, guys. That's just how I do things. I have a few builds I need to do, and a few I want to redo, but such is the hobby. It really is, yeah. It's kind of like I was saying at the beginning, right? Like, there's just like, there's always something to do in the hobby. Indeed, that is the life of a keyboard enthusiast. And we love every second of it. Don't forget to take hydration breaks, everyone. And welcome to all of you new people in here. I've seen a few new faces already, so I vastly, vastly appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you're having a chill time and an even better day. Skip to switch. What is my hydration method of choice today? Today we're drinking some Trader Joe's sparkling water. This is the watermelon lemonade version. It's pretty good. It's not as good as Spindrift, but you know, it is what it is. It's a good substitute, and it has no calories. Draxion asking, what do I think of the Sirius board? I think it's a pretty good board. I think when it came out, it was pretty awesome because it was like, it launched in the low $200 price points, like I think around like $225 or $250 for like a base kit, which was pretty good at the time. I think it was really cool to see because it brought Palm like to the main stage a lot more. Like it was like the first board to offer an all Palm version, of that magnitude. I feel like, at least. I know we've probably seen Palm before that technically, but like I feel like it was kind of the board that brought Palm to like the mainstream of the hobby, as it were. After that, we started seeing, you know, more Palm boards pop up here and there. We saw a lot more Palm plates after that. I think the board is really, really cool. I don't think it's like anything super special by today's standards. Like it's a pretty like generic board nowadays, but I think at one point it was really impactful in the community. Overall, in terms of like how it feels and sounds, I think it feels really good. I think the sound is, I think it's hard to get good sound out of at least the polycarbonate version that I'm working with today. I used to have a Palm prototype of the board, and that sounded like incredible. But I think the polycarbonate version's a little bit more hit or miss for me, at least. You ready to build that purple PC board soon? Purple PC board? Do you know something I don't? Are you talking about the Cinna? That Blind Assassin is sending? So assuming you mean that, I'm definitely ready to build that. That'll be next week. Yeah, the Cinna. That'll be one of probably 2 builds I'm doing next week, since I wasn't able to get to what I wanted to get to today. I don't think I actually knew what color it was going to be. So I'm looking forward to that. What switches do you think sound best in the Palm version? I guess, to be fair, I only tried 2 switches in the Palm version. I tried creams, which were the first batch of creams, the first production run, back when they were super good. Before they were like kind of meh, and now people like meme on them. Like the first production run of the creams were super good. Very, very fantastic switch. So that's what I liked the most in there. So it's kind of like a palm on palm sort of thing. But I also tried the Palm Sirius with a carbon fiber plate and some Linear switches, which were like a Gateron recolor. With like a Gateron yellow spring in there. And it was good. It was just a little bit more generic. I thought the creams were really, really cool. It was just like a lot of Palm. I feel like I'm doing like a really bad job soldering this because like my mind is just all over the place today. we're almost done soldering here. Cinna so hot, SP Mini so hot. They really are. They really are. I think I'm gonna get to build an SP Mini as well. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Iwane. I think is letting me build his. Very much looking forward to building the SP Mini as well. It's another really fun looking board. But yeah, Cinna will be next week, next Monday. Yeah, there's purple polycarbonate for quite a few builds now. I mean, maybe not like a ton, but like definitely a handful. The HBPC and like the atomic purple polycarbonate. That one is quite a looker, if I do say so myself. Alright, well hopefully I solder this well enough. I should plug this in and test it. Oh, the colors look so off there. It's probably just because of this. Even that's like super off. What the heck? Hair stream? It totally is, dude. Sorry about that, guys. Let me adjust the lighting a little bit. That does not look like DMG on stream. I just cannot get this color to show up properly, apparently. I mean, I guess it kind of looks like DMG on stream, but looks like a little off. Alright, now I'm just playing around. Sorry, guys. Hair looks good, IMO. Thanks. Probably looks a lot better now when I lean in and mess up. Yeah, I am looking forward to the SP Mini. That's for sure. Okay, what was I doing? Let's see if I messed up any of these switches. Actually, that's not bad. They all work. That's better than I was expecting. Love that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the SP Mini. If you still want me to build it. If you don't, totally fine. I understand. I don't know, everything looks like properly colored on this except for like this set. Like the set looks so off on screen. The accents in particular. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes when you're terrible at lighting. Or I guess more like lighting settings in this case. Genuinely jelly of all the SP Minis. Gotta get on the ball, right? Some of these boards are hard to get. Chance for an Alu version in 2022? That could be kind of cool, too. I mean, nothing against polycarbonate, but... Hopefully you get it on the Smolka? What is that? You're gonna have to link me that one, P.O. I gotta see that one. Oh, it's only I see it in the 40 server. I'm not even in that server. Nothing against 40s people, it's hard for me to be in a lot of servers. Can't keep up with more than like 2 of them to begin with. Is this Animal Crossing music? Could have been. I think this Do you mean the track before? Because it very well could have been. I think this one is a Mario track, technically. But the one before might have been. There is definitely Animal Crossing music on this station. Lots of Mario, lots of Animal Crossing, lots of Zelda, lots of Final Fantasy. A lot of other stuff. Metroid. A lot of classic games. A lot of newer games, even. It's just kind of like a slew of like remade lo-fi music. Video game music, that is. I love this channel, man. I just cannot get enough of it. Like, I've been using it on stream. Like, the last, like, several streams. Like, no one's complained about it, which is cool. So... And, like, even, like, when I'm not streaming, like, I listen to this, like, most days. Just because it's just so good. And they recently added some more tracks to it, so... Big fan. It's good stuff, IMO. Alright, we're gonna try it without tape first, and we're probably not gonna be super happy with it. It'll probably be like, okay. And then we'll be like, alright, let's put tape on it. Alright. I don't think this is going to sound particularly amazing, but we're going to do a typing test anyways, and then we're probably going to put some tape on it. Yeah, it's a pretty lackluster sound, if I'm being honest, but it was with the Gatorons I had in there before. So I think I need to really find, like, the configuration for this board, and I'm starting to think it's actually not even linears. I really think tactiles might be the play in this setup. Or I need to get, like, a carbon fiber plate for this. That could be really cool, too. Anyways, I'm going to put some tape in this, and we're gonna listen to it again. I don't think the sound is, like, particularly bad. It's just, like, really flat. And this won't take too long, either. Thankfully, this is... The coolest part about the tape mod is the fact that, A, it's incredibly inexpensive, B, it's incredibly fast, and C, it's incredibly easy to reverse if you don't like it. I'd be worried about ripping off a diode or hot swap socket with the tape. Those are good worries to have. I'm not worried about it here today. One, because I'm not even using hot swap sockets to begin with. This is a soldered PCB. But two, this is also just painter's tape, and it's not very sticky. It comes off very, very easily. I usually have more trouble getting it to stay on versus anything else. But yeah, this is very, 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 very easy to put on, take off. Oh, I should probably detach the plate before I do this. Oh well, it should be alright. Yeah, if I only had access to like a really sticky tape or something, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do anything like that extreme, because I wouldn't want to rip off a diode. I mean, ripping off a diode like sucks, but it's also a really easy fix also. So like, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But if I were like a regular person and like didn't know how to solder or didn't have any of the equipment, I would definitely be worried about pulling up like a socket or a diode. But because I've kind of been through all this stuff before, I kind of know what to expect and how to solve problems if they arise. Your boy's been in the game for a long time, okay? I've seen it all before. I've probably dealt with it all. I've probably fixed it already. Is that too egotistical? Am I too egotistical? It's just confidence, right? Yeah, see, like, this tape barely even wants to stay on. It's, like, just barely sticky enough to, like, stay there. What do you guys think, 1 layer or 2? Because I'm honest, if I'm being totally honest with you guys, I'm thinking 2. I don't know what it is, but I apparently just cannot get this board to, like, sound the way I want it. And I don't blame the board for that. I blame the configurations I keep putting it through. I use that washi tape. Yeah, I've heard good things about that. I just don't have any. Alright. We're gonna go for a double layer here. Because maybe, I don't know, is that greedy? Maybe I'm just greedy. I'm doing it though. We're doing it. I really can see why some people would consider this a meme. I really can. But not all memes are terrible. I don't know. I feel like every time I do this, I have to like internally justify it to myself. Like, why are you doing this? You built hundreds and hundreds of keyboard and tuned thousands and thousands and thousands of switches, and now you're taping a PCB. What's wrong with you? That's like the internal monologue that I have with myself every single time I have to pull out some tape. And then I just think about all the boards that are foamed, and I'm like, okay, this is not really any different than foam. And like, honestly, it's like better than foam because it doesn't hurt the characteristics quite as much. It definitely still dulls it a bit, but I feel like foam... Can we just agree that foam is the greater evil? Can we all agree to that? You guys agree? Tape mod is OP. It is somewhat OP. Foam 2.0. That's fair. It's like better than foam, but like you still feel like kind of dirty using it. It's like just a little bit. The typing experience makes it well justified. That's fair. I think for a lot of people, it really does just make it better, and like it's hard to hate on something that like people are enjoying so much, I guess, right? Like even if you don't like personally agree with it, if like it makes a bunch of people happy, it's like, all right, there's like some merit to that, right? Gives a nice new look to the bottom here. Actually, is it bad that that's like kind of cool? It makes the serious text, which you can't really see like super well anyways. It makes that like pop a bit more. I still don't understand why the DMG looks so bad on this stream. If I use a different key set. Yugo looked perfectly fine on the stream. I need to figure out my color settings. KBD fans have switch pads now. You're right. You're right. Have any of you tried the KBD fans switch pads yet? I have not tried them yet. It's another one of those things, right? It's another one of those things that seems like really gimmicky, but like could be good. It could be good. I'm just saying, there's a chance. There's a chance it's banging. But like everyone is probably like too afraid or like too proud to try them. I should get some. I should get some. We should use some on stream. That's on me. I should do that. I should be the guy. I'm gonna get some, okay? I'm gonna hit up... Are we still sponsored by KBD fans? We are, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna hit up Way, and I'm gonna be like, hey. Hey, Way. Hey. Send me some of these switch pads. Too proud. Right? It's true. And you know, I would say that in the past, I'd probably be guilty of it as well, but nowadays, because like I just don't really care what other people think about me, I don't care. Like, I'll try it, and if it's good, I'll say it. I think a lot of enthusiasts, a lot of like, the more like, I'm gonna use the term elitist, but I don't necessarily mean that in like a negative connotation. I just mean like the people that are really seasoned and very experienced in the hobby. You know, I think a lot of them, streamers or otherwise even, sometimes are just too afraid to take risks, or too afraid to, or too proud to, like, try something that could be, like, you know, more entry level, or more, like, beginner friendly, or this and that. Like, there's so many, like, there's, like, a mentality of, Like if you've been in the hobby a long time, or you're super experienced and like you feel like you kind of know it all. This hobby has a lot of people like that are, you know, think they are like God's gift to keyboards, you know, for lack of a better term. And I honestly don't like fully hate that mentality. I think that in this kind of thing, I feel like if you kind of walk around with the I guess what we can call big dick energy, if you walk around with this big dick energy, I feel like it is kind of beneficial, especially as like a content creator. Like you want to be like proud, you want to kind of like assert your presence like that. That's totally fine. But a lot of people are just too afraid to try things. They write things off before, you know, ever even experiencing them. And I feel like that's like just about the worst thing you can do in this hobby, because there's so many times where you're going to make assumptions and you're going to be wrong. And it doesn't matter who you are in this hobby, it's going to happen to you. And, you know, I'm no different either. So, you know, I need to try these things. Gotta try them. Otherwise, you don't know what you're gonna like, right? Your end game Switch or your end game board wasn't your end game board until you tried it. Everything else in the hobby is no different. How are you supposed to know until you try? I generally go no mod for case, then tape mod if it needs, then foam if it needs. I can't even imagine using tape mod and foam. That sounds extreme. I probably should try that, though, just for the experience. These keycaps look great on this. I'm glad you don't mind it on stream, because on my stream preview, this does not look like DMG to me. Mostly the accents. The accents are just, like, so far off on stream for some reason. They look like almost burgundy on stream. But oh well. Sometimes I just can't win on a live stream. But we persevere anyways. I appreciate you guys for being here. Kaisip, first time chatter, hello, welcome. Says, hi, new here. What's a good TKL for someone new? Good TKL for someone new. Can you give us some more, like, particulars? Like, maybe how much money you're looking to spend? Maybe any kind of features you need or preferences you might lean towards. I feel like this hobby is like so difficult, and TKLs in particular, there's not like a big abundance of like really nice TKLs that you can just buy, unfortunately. But yeah, we definitely need to get down to the nitty-gritty on some of those questions to I think fine-tune the answer a little bit. Foam gets rid of hollowness, it still remains with tape mod. I suppose that's fair. It's definitely a different thing. It's not one-to-one, that's for sure. Maybe there could be someone selling a Rama U80 spot. I mean, yeah, but if their budget isn't, you know, $500 or $600 or whatever that is, then that's just going to be a terrible recommendation. Which is why usually when people ask me, like really like vague questions, like what's the best 60%, or like what's the best Switch, or you know what's the best this and that, or configuration, it's like, well, A, what works for me won't necessarily work the best for you, and B, like there's so many options that like you really need to expand upon those kind of questions a lot just to try to like fine-tune like a better answer. That's just how I view it, at least. I don't mean it in like a bad way, but 400 or less, prefer with a knob, but can't seem to find any. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't even think of a TKL with a knob. Can anyone in chat think of a TKL keyboard with a knob? That seems pretty... No, you see knobs on like 75% pretty often, but I can't think of one on a TKL. So that alone makes it very difficult. 400 or less. You could go on like KBD fans, and you could get like a KBD 8X Mark II. It probably won't be like the greatest keyboard of all time, but it's like a pretty like medium range keyboard for like, I think they're around like $300-ish. But there's not a lot of like really nice TKLs that are like cheap also, right? Like that's just not really a thing. Let me do. We'll get back to this question. I don't mean to like cut you off here, but let's do a quick typing test here before we talk a bit more about that. Okay, this is sounding a little bit better already. Did tape save the day again? A little bit at least. The heck is on my screen? Okay, I'm still not 100% happy with the sound. It feels great. These switches really do feel great. But I think the type of switches that I keep putting in this board are just not meant for this board. I think what I really need is a switch that's like super loud and tactile. So like maybe Holy Pandas? Maybe Anubis switches? I think tactile is going to be the play here, unless I get like a carbon fiber plate, which also could be an option. But I think the linears on the Palm Plate and the PC Series just don't do it for me. It wasn't particularly great with the Gateron linears. It's not particularly great here in terms of sound. It feels very good, but I'm after the holy trifecta: feeling good, sounding good, looking good. And I feel like it definitely looks good, and it definitely feels good. But it just sounds a little lackluster. Even with the tape. It definitely sounds a bit better with the tape, though. It's a bit more highlighted. But yeah, it's a little quiet, it's a little flat. Just goes to show you. Sometimes the first time, or even the second time you build a keyboard, doesn't come out the way you want. Just is the way it is. But that's why we do this. We test things, we try things, and we've gained very, very valuable experience because of that. It's like, what do they say? You always learn the most from failure. The SCOG reboot? Does the SCOG reboot have a knob? Key Blast TKL is an interest check and has a knob and a screen. Key Blast TKL, let me check that out. A TKL with a knob and a screen, man. For real? It's true, it does. Wow. It just omits the, what is it, pause, print screen, break, or whatever those keys are. I'm so bad at TKLs. But yeah, that is a TKL that has a knob and a screen. So yeah, you could keep your eyes on that. Cubes is working on a TKL called Zeus with a knob on the back of it. A knob on the back of the board. Okay, fantastic. Interesting. Anubis so good. Only switch so far I found does not need added lube on stem/housing. And of course they feel great too. Yeah. They are pretty great. If you don't mind no knob, something in your budget. If you don't also mind red devastating TKL, yeah. Over at Cannon Keys, you can find the devastating TKL. That one's definitely within your budget. Sky has a knob near the arrows. Okay, I didn't even know. I don't know about the Palm case, but my favorite sounding boards have used Palm plate plus banana split switches. Tried both aluminum and aluminum plus PC bottom. Okay, interesting. Banana. I have not tried the banana splits yet. Building my first TKL right now, in fact. No knob except the builder. OPO. Give yourself some more credit, man. Come on. You're building the crown, right? That should be pretty good stuff. Alright, well, that took a little longer than I was expecting. I was hoping to get a little bit more done, but I don't wanna be on stream too long because I still have some more things I need to get done tonight before I work tomorrow morning. Big sad. So that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for me, guys. We're gonna find a channel to raid though. If you have any last minute questions, please feel free to ask. Once again, we didn't really get to what I was hoping to get to on stream today, but that's because it hasn't arrived in the mail yet. So it should be by next week, and I should get something else by next week as well. So next week is going to be pretty banging of a stream. We're going to be building the Victus Cine, which should be pretty freaking awesome. Polycarbonate board, 60% from Blind Assassin. I've been seeing some pictures of them. They look pretty freaking awesome, so I'm very much looking forward to building that. As well as I'll have a new plate for my Fiel, which was one of the first builds I think we did when we started this series, Mental Health Mondays. So I'm going to be rebuilding my Fiel. It didn't really come out exactly how I wanted, but there's a lot of potential there. I think the plate is actually like pretty good. It just needed some minor adjustments, and I need to change out the stabilizers as well. I wasn't a big fan of the way these ones were giving me trouble. So going to be playing with that. I'm going to be adding some O-rings, I think, to the mounting points as well. So that board's going to be kind of getting like a bit of a makeover. So we're going to be doing that, as well as the Victus Cine, both next week. And that should be some pretty freaking good time. So definitely make sure to tune in for that next week. Let's find a channel to raid, shall we? Who's live right now? Who are we sending viewers to? All you precious 28 viewers. Who has not many viewers right now? C'est la vie. That's right. Thanks for hanging out, Camel Leopard. IP9932. Have a good week yourself, man. Thank you so much for the sub earlier. Hope things are going well for you as well. One above all, thank you so much, man. You know I'm always here for the real talk. One drunk man. Thanks for always showing up and hanging out the whole time, man. You're a true gentleman. All right, who's live right now? Who's doing stuff? Shoobs, Dutch, Danny. Oh, Danny's doing a birthday stream. Maybe we should raid Danny. I think we raided her last week, though. I try not to raid the same person twice in a row. Oh, wait, here's someone I've never seen before that has fewer viewers than us, even. Interloper Creative. 10 viewers. Building a Jelly 60 with lavenders. That sounds pretty cool. Interloper Creative. I have no idea who this is, but this is the channel we're gonna raid. So stick around for the raid, guys. Just go over there, show up, even if you don't want to stick around for too long. Just say hi, and you know, then you can head out. Say something nice. It only takes one person. It only takes one word to make someone's day. It really does. So I'm gonna go ahead and queue up that raid. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Get ready for this raid. Let's go over and say something wholesome before we head out for the night. And yeah, make sure to tune in same time, same place next week. We'll have lots of things going on. I might actually start early. I might start like an hour early, potentially. But we'll see. We'll see. Depending on how everything else goes that day. But yeah, show up, same time, same place tomorrow. Should be good. We'll be building the Victus Sina, as well as a really interesting Fiel rebuild. So lots of stuff going on next week. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a banger. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you all so much. You guys truly helped me out a lot. Very much appreciate it. So thank you so much, guys, and let's get ready for this raid.